Have you ever been humbled like a rented mule? I have, and I will never forget the life lesson. My name is Randy Eubanks. My motto is Randy Inspires. My goal is to help you improve your life spiritually, mentally, socially, financially, and physically. I'll be sharing stories of my failures and successes in these 5 areas to help you to avoid the mistakes that I made. I am confident you will benefit from these life lessons. Let's get started. How to succeed socially. The year was 1979. I was deeply involved in my associate degree at the local community college here in Jacksonville. I had made friends with some of my professors, including one of my biology teachers. I'm not going to use his name. Let's just refer to him as the professor. I spent time talking to the professor after class, and we became really good friends. He was a great biology teacher. He made the class very fun. This friend of mine taught me a very valuable lesson in life. Let me paint you a picture of the professor and myself at the time as it relates to our physical appearance. The professor was an overweight man with a deep, grumpy voice. He had what I called a pot belly. He sported a black beard, which I considered ragged looking. He was laid back in his approach to life. He was probably in his late 40s. Physically speaking, he looked out of shape and a prime target for a heart attack. I, on the other hand, looked physically fit. I looked good. I was in great shape. I was 20 years old. I was slim and trim and was the picture of someone who took care of themselves. The professor and I were talking one day after class in his office. I said, Professor, I think you need to start exercising. My intentions were good. I even offered to help him get in shape. I said, I tell you what, I would enjoy the opportunity of playing you in a friendly tennis match to help jumpstart your exercise program. I elaborated, you need to exercise. The professor said in his deep, grumpy voice, I don't play tennis. I said, I'll show you how. It'll be fun. I soon found out that playing tennis with the professor was not fun. Particularly, it weren't fun for me. After much persistent persuasion and subtle insinuations and maybe negative overtone on my part about his physical shape, he agreed to play tennis with me. Oh man, here we go. The day finally arrived. This was the day that I was going to help the professor start his exercise program by playing him in this wonderful tennis match. The professor came to the event dressed in long, baggy shorts with a tight t shirt that revealed his huge bulge in the midsection of his. He was out of style. Baggy shorts weren't even thought about back in 1979. They're popular now, but not back then. He was dressed like a bum. On the other hand, I looked good. I was wearing my tight Daisy Duke shorts, which was a style during that time. I didn't even wear a shirt. I wanted to get some sun on my tight belly. I thought to myself, might as well get a tan while having fun out here running this old man ragged. We started hitting the ball back and forth. I was surprised that he was able to get the ball across the net with precise accuracy and power. On top of that, the the fat man could move. He beat me like a rented mule. Notice the definition of a rented mule, along with a picture of my sister and I standing behind one of our granddaddy's mules. To beat someone or something like a rented mule, this implies a severe and relentless beating or overwhelming defeat, often used in a figurative sense in sports or other contests. Notice the beatdown look on that mule's face. That's how I felt. We played 3 sets. He beat me 6-0, 6-0, and 6-1. Pretty sure he let me win that last game because he felt sorry for me. Professor, I said, obviously tennis is not my sport. I play basketball. I would like to challenge you to a game of basketball in the near future. The professor said, I don't play basketball. I should have left him alone, but I did not. About 2 weeks later, I was able to talk the old man into a friendly game of basketball. Idea was to supposedly get him in shape. Not the idea for playing basketball with him was to get some of my pride and competitive spirit back, which he destroyed on the tennis court. We go out now on the basketball court for a friendly game of one-on-one. The winner will be the first one to score 30 points. Each basket would count as one. The good news is I won, but barely. The score was 30-29. The bad news is he almost physically killed me. The old fat man could jump and drive to the basket with muscle and speed. The only thing that saved me was my outside shot and maybe a little bit of luck. Unbelievable. I was physically exhausted after the game, and he hadn't even broke a sweat. A few days later, I was visiting with the professor's teaching partner. I said, the professor and I played a friendly tennis match, and he destroyed me. My intentions were to get him started on an exercise program because he looks out of shape, and I figured he needed to start exercising. A couple weeks later, we go out on the basketball court for a game of one-on-one. I barely won the game, and he almost physically killed me. He could move with precision, speed. He was strong. He could jump. His teaching partner started laughing. Randy, he set you up. He went to college on a tennis scholarship, full ride, by the way. And on top of that, he was the captain of and the point guard of his high school basketball team. Randy, if he had been in shape, he would have really destroyed you. So as I pondered this, what were the life lessons from getting a butt whooping by the professor? Lesson number 1, think before you speak. I shouldn't have insinuated to the professor that he was fat and out of shape. As a friend, I should have rewarded my requests to him in a non-provocative manner. I could have said, hey, professor, I play a little tennis. Would you like to go out and play sometimes for fun? I've been exercising lately, and I found out that I have a lot more energy by exercise. When you're trying to help a friend, use words that are uplifting and positive. Choose your words wisely because you never know when you're going to have to eat them. Proverbs 16, verse 24 states, pleasant words are like a honeycomb, sweetness to the soul and health to the bones. Lesson number 2. Don't come across as prideful and arrogant. I was sizing him up in my mind on the tennis court. I thought how good I looked and how I shaped and how bad he looked. I came across as thinking that I was better than him because I was in shape and thought I knew how to play tennis. Notice the words thought I knew how to play tennis. Don't brag on your skills to others and overstate them. It is better to underpromise and overachieve than to overpromise and underachieve. The professor was humble. He basically said that he didn't play tennis or basketball. He stretched the truth a little, I admit. In all fairness, it had been years since he had played either one. I believe he was thinking in his mind that he was going to teach his young friend a very valuable lesson. He taught me a life lesson that I will never forget. Proverbs chapter 29, verse 23 states, "A man's pride will bring him low, but the humble in spirit will retain honor." Lesson number 3, don't judge a book by its cover. I thought to myself that he looked like a bum in baggy shorts. Baggy shorts weren't even the style back then. I reasoned that he was out of shape and out of his league. I had forgotten the whole purpose of being out there was to give the professor some much needed exercise. I had judged by his looks that he had no tennis skills. I found out by his performance on the tennis court that I was sadly mistaken. You can't look at someone by their physical appearance and tell what they are capable of. We don't want people judging us, so we quit judging others. Matthew chapter 7, verse 1 states, "Judge not, that you be not judged." Here's the good news. I got a chance to redeem myself years later. Not with the professor, but with my sister. Remember the picture of my sister and I behind the mule? She's all grown up now. 20 years have passed since the tennis match with the professor, and my sister came by my place of business one Friday afternoon and said that she wanted to play me in a tennis match. I told her, I don't play tennis. She said that she had been taking lessons and that she was very good. I said that I hadn't played in years and that I was not good at all. So finally, after much persuasion from her, I accepted her challenge and I was able to find my old tennis racket in the mildewed cupboard in my closet there at my workplace. I want you to picture this as we drove out to the tennis court. Now, I am dressed in my baggy shorts and a t-shirt with my pot belly hanging out. Does that remind you of someone else? Yes, the professor. I looked appropriate for my skill set. My sister was dressed in style. She had on a cute little tennis dress and she looked sharp. As we were warming up, she started bragging about how badly she was going to beat me. As we were warming up, it became apparent to me that she had no skills. All mouth. We played 3 sets. I beat her 6-0, 6-0, and 6-0. I had no mercy. I beat her like a rented mule. She had the nerve to ask me after the match, well, how did I do? How did I play? I said, you suck. My sister never played tennis with me again. If you want to increase your social success in dealing with people, remember, think before you speak. Don't come across as prideful and arrogant. And don't judge a book by its cover. I hope my story about playing tennis and basketball with the professor has inspired you. Remember, it's better to humble yourself than to be beaten like a rented mule. See you in the next video. God bless you and have a great day.